Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our Fire Whatever series. We took a beating in the last episode. Our head is on its last limb, so to speak, which is not great. We really can't afford to venture out again. We just slept, so we're not going to be tired anytime soon. I just cannot put our character at risk, so we're going to spend the day inside. So I know that that's boring and not exciting, and we don't have very much wood. We may go to the next door where we know it's clear, mostly clear, and gather more firewood, just because I think we're going to spend the day reading. So I know that that's not exciting. We'll try to make some conversation, keep things interesting, but for the most part, yeah, it's going to be monotony, and it is what it is. Go ahead and drink that bottle of clean water, get that out of here, and I think we'll just go back to reading. We have nothing to read. So I guess we finished Transistor. We did. The reason we pushed for Transistor is because we don't have a means of repairing our weapons currently, and we really need to do that. The Halligan bar, again, is not my ideal weapon. It's a little slow for me, but and it doesn't really have combat abilities that I want. These only trigger on criticals as far as I know. Not really sure how the sweep attack works exactly, but I would like something. You know what? Let's look. I'm going to look at what the... I really like the quarterstaff. What is the stats? We don't have enough fab. We do have a fab book. We could read... would it just be faster to craft probably, but we don't have materials to craft because that would use our wood. Yeah, let's go next door and gather some wood. It is, afternoon. It's not dark. There was some monster density to our north, but I think we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and wield the Halligan bar, and we'll smash for some wood here. We'll get that squared away. Brainless zombie? Where? All the way over there. Not a concern. Keep an eye on our stamina, of course. Stamina is dropping so fast these days. They must have rebalanced that when I wasn't looking. So that's a little... No, obviously ignore the zombie that's a mile away. Okay. We are hot as well, which is interesting. I guess it is late in the springtime. What is hot? Our legs, because we're wearing pants and the turnout trousers. That baseball cap is already on its way out. We can, of course, take off our cargo pants or jeans. We're not even wearing cargo pants. Yeah, lose your jeans. That's fine. That should take us down into a more comfortable range. Obviously, still not ideal. As summertime approaches, we're going to want to shift into some lighter gear, although I don't know that we're actually going to do that just because we have been struggling so much with our protection. We've been taking a lot of damage. Okay, there's a fair bit of wood there. I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and advance inventory the wood outside so we don't have all this extra stuff. We will take the nails, I guess. We'll take the planks, of course. And we will take the splintered wood, of course. Anything else that I want? We'll take the wood panels. We'll move the long string. That'll do. So we'll go ahead and pick up the nails and the strings so we're not constantly... it just slows us down all the more when we haul things if we have a lot of small items. We can ignore that. That's fine. And we'll just make our way back to base. Ignore, that's to our north. Hopefully they don't come over here, but they very well may, based on our scent leading back to this place. Because we were traveling up north there for a while. So they may end up at our front door. It really just depends on how things shake out. So we have quite a lot of wood now. Go ahead and grab a splintered wood to throw in the fire. Someone told me that I did not mean to grab 41 splintered wood. Drop splintered wood. Pick up a single splintered wood. Drop. There we go. Yeah, someone was saying on the Discord that dropping items is broken, so I didn't update my game. So we are on a version from a couple of days ago, although it's not really a big deal. Let's go ahead and grind our fab really quick to get to fab 2, just to see if that opens anything up in the weapons front. I do think... Yeah, I think the wood needle is the way to go. So make 10 of them. 3 hours! Wait a minute. No. Well, now we have a partial craft. Crap. So we just wasted a bunch of wood. Okay, go PFAB. So I did not look at that. You'll see a needle takes 20 minutes to craft, whereas a knitting needle takes 3 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and make knitting needles. Like, we don't need... Time is not a super precious resource at the moment, but to commit hours and hours to crafting, that's not acceptable. I'm not going to do that. We are slowed down. Why are we slowed down? The heat slows you down. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, we're indoors. Let's take off. We're in a relatively safe place. Take off the trousers, take off the coat. That should largely do it. What is on our mouth that's making us so hot? Why would a Guy Fawkes mask... Are we wearing some... We're wearing a scarf? When did I pick up a scarf? Okay, so that should help with our temperature. Although next to the fire, we, of course, are going to be warm. Yeah, that's okay. So let's look. Did we unlock the quarterstaff? 1 long stick and 2 leather patches. And we'll see this has 19 bash damage plus 3 to hit. It has the rapid strike ability, which is very valuable, as well as a high blocking ability. So I usually do go with the quarterstaff. Problem is, once again, it can only be repaired with the miscellaneous repair kit, which if we look at requires a wood saw, which I already expressed my irritation with. Think that's real dumb, but yeah, nothing I can do about that. So, because we can't make a wood saw. Even if we could, it would require a forge and whatnot. And yeah, I feel that that item should be expanded to include other items that have the wood sawing ability so that you could make the repair kit out of more items. Because honestly, I don't think I've really seen a wood saw in the game very often. It's pretty rare that I see such an item. Although with the loot boosts, I'm sure it's probably... They are around. It's just, you know, a little silly that it can't use other items, especially because it's the only item in the game that can repair wooden items, which I think is real dumb. Because also I think just using duct tape would repair a lot of wood items just fine. But whatever, let's go ahead and harvest ourselves some leather. Leather. Did I hear a zombie thumping on something, by the way? Let me... No? Just my imagination? Okay. Let's go ahead and grab something leather. Okay, now I know I picked up leather clothing. I know I did. Oh, it's the food pile. That's not the unsorted pile anymore. My mistake. Leather. We have kilts. We have a skirt. Go ahead and grab a kilt, and we will drop the kilt and butcher the kilt. Do we need light to butcher? I believe we do. So go ahead, come over here, drop the kilt, butcher. You don't have a butcher tool. That's right, because I never put a knife in my inventory. I definitely picked up a steak knife. It would be on the weapons pile. Steak knife, butcher, kilt, 5 leather patches. Let's go ahead and favorite that knife as well, because we should basically always have a knife in our inventory. I guess we favorite these as well, just so we don't end up dropping them somewhere. We can drop the nails and string. And we can now make a quarterstaff, long stick. I swear I hear things thumping. It must be my imagination. Go ahead and grab a stick. They're heavy sticks. My mistake. We'll go out and forage, although it will expose us to enemies, which I'm not super thrilled about. I don't see any little... There's a tree. Oh, there's a zombie right in front of me. Let's kill the zombie. And hopefully not take head damage. Hits our hand, that's fine. Potato chips. I really just don't want to engage the fat zombie that was up here because they're a little bit more durable. Of course, that one doesn't give us any sticks. There we go. Give me a long stick, please. Head back to base to safety. Because again, we're in a little bit of a predicament with our head damage. Go ahead and build the quarterstaff. Great, make me a quarterstaff. Wield the quarterstaff. So there we've got that squared away. And for the time being, we can drop the nail bat. Even though the nail bat is better than the quarterstaff, with it being damaged, it's not. I could swear I had the mod on that adds resinous cord. That may have been removed from the game. I know some people were just talking about that. I could have swore that was in the makeshift items or more survival tools mod. Guessing it was recently obsoleted. I don't know if that's true or not, but yep. So we're at Fab 2, we're at Electronics 3. Probably should raise our mechanics a little bit. Plus the mechanics book probably has Oh, it's pop mechanics. Ah, I thought we had found. Okay. I thought we found the better one. So I don't think pop mechanics has the recipe. Yeah. Yeah. We can read it, but we're not going to have access to the welder, which is a bummer. Yeah, that's real disappointing. So we can't even repair. It doesn't matter. We're just grinding skills. We're killing time until we can get our head in a better condition. Heard more zombies die. We're gonna peek outside, see where they died, see if we can smash their corpses, because it's usually beneficial to do so. Zombies, yeah. Anything inside? Doesn't look like it. Right here at the rose bush. This is a zombie child. Looks like. Check the other rose bushes, I guess. Yeah, more corpses. What, any of you seen me? No. Looks like the sun's going down. Don't really want to venture out into... Oh, Zapper Zombie died over here. They don't have CBMs or anything in them, so that's not a priority. These rose bushes are really killing a lot of zombies, which is surprising to me. But every one it kills is one less we have to deal with. I'm getting really concerned by how many are tracking to this area. It seems like zombies are moving around a lot more than they used to. Although I keep saying stuff like that, and it may just be my imagination. Eat those before they go bad. Again, we're probably overweight. Yeah, eating a lot of calories lately because we found a lot of perishable food, which is fine. Clean water. And I think we go back to reading. What do we want to read? I mean, we could grind our electronics in the next day or two all the way up to 5 or 6 based on the books we have, if not higher. In fact, I bet some of these have... Let's grab all these electronics books. I bet one of them has the welder in it. Signal receipt. Nope, none of that. What do you got? Vehicle forge rig. Well, the forge rig is a good sign because it means it's likely we would be able to find more. Vehicle welding rig. No, we don't want the vehicle welding rig. We would want the handheld electric. The jackhammer. I don't want most of this. I don't see... Let's real quick look for welder. No, nothing for the welder. It's because our skills are so low. Go ahead and read the other books. Might as well take a look at them. Solar backpack. Medium batteries, storage battery, hand crank. None of those, unfortunately, are what we're looking for. A lot of recipes, though, some of which are valuable to have long term. Like, we did get the vehicle welding rig recipe available to us. It's just that we don't have the skills for it. So we do want this stuff eventually. Same with the recharging kit. We're going to want all that stuff. It's just a matter of it's too early. We're on day 2. It's not really what we're looking for. Right now, we're looking for lower tier recipes that will give us access to more valuable tools as we progress. And without some of the mechanics and fabrication books, we're not going to be able to manufacture our own tools. We're not going to be able to make the welder, things like that. So right now, I think books would be a real priority for us. If we had a bookstore nearby, I don't think we do. Anyway, let's get some commentary because this is boring. My dogs are barking at the neighbors. Any of these faster? These are all going to be very slow to read. Both have -1 fun. This one has positive fun, but takes longer to read. Tech review. Do we even... What other books do we have? Fab, Break a Leg. None of these are things that interest me. I mean, Outdoor Adventures is probably Survival to 1. We could read that. Because it's pretty nice to have survival at any skill level. Has some basic tools, none of which really interest me very much. Cattail jelly is good to have that recipe. And it has the tea recipes, which are also pretty good. But most of that stuff is not a real priority. If we could make a fishing rod, we could go fishing in the pond, I believe. But there are so many fish there that we can probably just kill fish with our melee weapon. Start eating some of these perishable foods again. Full slaked. Go read the outdoor book. Let's get some commentary going. Well, I've been watching horror movies lately. I just watched yesterday The Human Centipede, which, if you're not familiar, is a terrible movie where they stitch people together mouth to butthole and create a human centipede. And it's oh boy, I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I made a joke about it in a experimental Cataclysm video recently, where I showed the diagram of like them stitched together, like just a cartoon drawing of them stitched together. And I was like, I haven't seen that movie in like 10 years. Maybe it's not as bad as I remember. And I watched it, and it wasn't terrible. It going into it knowing, yes, stop. You broke my bookcase, bro. Why didn't it stop me when I heard the whumping? Did it prompt me and I hit ignore? I don't think it prompted me. I think it just let him destroy. That's disappointing. I really thought it would prompt me. Please don't hit me in the head. You hit me in the eyes? You dick. What did I just say? Right arm. Smash the corpse. You don't even have anything good on you. Another Kevlar vest, actually, is pretty good. We got to get him out of here, and we got to block this back up. There's also a zombie corpse here. So there's 2 zombie cops came over here to track us down. I'm getting real tired of them constantly meandering into my base. I don't really get it. I don't get what I'm doing to draw these enemies here. I would really like to pick up your vest, but my inventory is full. Go ahead and drop. Oh, because of our... Oh, no, we engaged them without wearing any of our gear. I would rather be hot and... Yeah, I would rather be hot and unhappy rather than risk engaging them without our gear on. I don't even know where the corpse went. I didn't haul it back with me, did I? No, it looks like I hauled it up here somewhere. I don't know where you got to, zombie cop. Did I haul it with me that whole way? I think I may have. Whatever, Kevlar vest. Here it is. Kevlar vest. Drop the Kevlar vests. Definitely want those. Yeah, we want to block this back up. I'm really not sure how they just constantly know right where to go. Like, I'm sitting there reading quietly in the dark. I don't know how they just always know where I am. I don't know if boarding up, if we like build a door frame and build up a proper door. Let's look at door. Build door. Variant 3, closed door with peephole. No, I want a barricade. How much? Reinforced door. Wooden door, layered, nailed 2x4s, still susceptible to fire. It requires wood sawing of 2. Pretty dumb. Well, I guess. See, it seems dumb to me because okay, wood sawing makes sense if you're building a door, right? You're building a door from scratch. From planks, you need to saw them to size. Reinforcing the door is literally you hammering like planks to the door, because it just says it's just 2x4s. Oh, an additional hinge. Still though, a hinge doesn't require. Maybe I don't like that it requires wood sawing too. I don't think that makes sense to me. Metal door, Fab 6. Okay, we may look into this in the future. Because the bookcases are meant to be a temporary measure. They're not meant to be super awesome. But they're obviously still tracking right to us, which is so annoying. Let's check the rose bushes again, I guess, since we're getting enemies wandering through here. No corpses. I don't see any corpses. Okay. Let's head back to base. Stepping into the rose... Yeah, don't step in the rose bush. If it's enough to kill zombies, it's probably enough to hurt me pretty bad. Not loving... This game so far has been all over the place. Okay, that'll fill us up. And then eat... drink something. Probably let's drink this soy milk before it starts to go bad. It will give us a lot of calories, but that's okay. Let's go back to reading electronics. What was I talking? Human Centipede. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I remembered, because it's a very, despite being a ridiculous premise and like just so stupid, it actually is like one of the more original ideas for a horror movie recently. Like, I'm pretty sure no one in history has ever made a Human Centipede movie before this. So, like, you got to give them a little bit of a nod and a little bit of respect for the fact that they kind of created something that's relatively original. I did hear zombies die again, so we want to, once again, make sure that we clear them out as we see them, as we come across them, because we don't want them to be reviving right outside of our base. Don't see any new corpses. I didn't see any inside either. I definitely heard them die, though. Where would you have died? You're obviously smashed. You've been smashed previously. Where would you have died that I heard you? Well, whatever. Whatever. We are tired. Let's make some bandages again, which I know is not fun to watch. Yeah, it's just, it's a kind of interesting concept for something that I'd never seen before. It's real dumb, and it's obviously something a crazy person would do, but it's also kind of interesting, And the first one is very indie. It's not like super well-known actors or actresses. It's not really like a, high-budget piece. It's very small, and it just strikes me like an indie film, and I don't know, I kind of even like it, even though it's super dumb, and even though it's like really just got that one premise. The movie itself is intentionally drawn out because it's a very slow, meandering movie. Like, I don't think he even makes them into the centipede right away. I think it's like really far into the movie. And I watched it. It was okay. And then I made the mistake of watching part 2, which is the second movie they made. This one, the first one is very slow. It's more about the horror of the situation, like someone performing surgery on you against your will. It's very horrifying. The concept of being stitched to someone's anus is obviously a very horrifying experience. But like, the second one takes all that and it turns it into they're trying to shock you as much as possible. And so there's like references to child sexual abuse, which made me really uncomfortable. There's a rape scene in it, which made me super uncomfortable that I had to skip. It shows a guy's penis, which made me uncomfortable. The gore is through the roof. They went very, very bloody with it. I don't really understand why our head is not recovering more health, even though we've disinfected. I guess it's got to be our first aid skill, which is still not at 1. Our first aid skill is at 0. But every time we apply bandages and whatnot, that increases slightly. In fact, what we'll do is apply the rest of these bandages. Even though we already have bandages on, applying again will refresh their quality and give us a little bit of experience. So we're at 99% of first aid. So the next time that we go to bed, we should apply bandages to our other body parts first to get to 1, and then apply the antiseptic to hopefully get it at an even higher quality on our head. Let's go ahead and drop a plank in the fire here, and we'll make more bandages now while I'm thinking about it. Good matchbook and bandages. We'll just is this first aid? No, it's tailoring. Interesting that it's tailoring. Let's make 20, and it'll probably level our tailoring as well. It did not? Really? What is our tailoring skill? 1. It did level our tailoring. My mistake. I missed that message. Okay. And tailoring 1 is good. It's a good place to start working from. But yeah. So we have bandages. We don't need to boil bandages at the moment, so I don't think that that's super relevant. I think we just eat, drink, and go back to reading. Honestly. Definitely need to consume this milk before it goes bad because it has a lot of valuable calories in it. I think we just keep grinding electronics, even though it's really not what I would want to be grinding this early. Yeah, the second one goes way over the top with grossness. It's obvious that they're intending to gross you out. There's some very graphic, violent, sexual aspects to it, which is not for me. There's a lot of blood and guts, which isn't really for me. I like the horror of the idea. You know, again, the fact that someone would be doing surgery on you against your will is something that seems very scary to me personally. And so that idea really interests me, but like the execution, they went way over the top. They at one point, spoilers, they kill a fetus. And it's like, you don't put that in your movie unless you're trying to shock people. Like, because that's not, there was no reason to put that on screen other than because you were trying to go as as far over the line as you could. And I really don't respond to things that are intentionally graphic or offensive. So it really just did not appeal to me. They did make a third one, which I have but have never watched. I do think I'm going to watch a little bit of it just to see if it's any good. If it turns out to be more graphic stuff, I'm just going to turn it off. You know, there were times when I was watching the second one where I was like, I'm just going to turn this off. I don't need to watch this. But I was like, I'll give it, another 10 seconds. If it stops, I'll continue watching. And most of the time it backs off and I'm like, all right, well, let's move on. Let's keep watching. And then, 10 minutes later, it's some other heinous thing that I wish I had just turned off the video. So even though I didn't think it was scary, it wasn't like something that, it didn't really get to me or anything. It just wasn't, why would I choose to watch that? There are better things that I could be watching. So I am on a bit of a movies kick lately where I've been watching a lot of movies. I did cancel my Shudder subscription because they just didn't have as much as I wanted them to have. But I don't know. I like movies. I've been editing videos a lot. I haven't been recording as much. And when I'm editing, once I'm done editing, I have to export. So I basically just sit there and have nothing to do. So I end up watching a movie in the background. Let's have a shot of wine. Oh, we're full. Yeah, we definitely need to get more water. So let's drain whatever's left in here. It's empty. We're going to go next door and grab some water. We may also gather more wood and some rags while we're here. So it died here. Okay. Fine. Man, we're getting a lot of cash cards. We could go back and try to sneak into that Subway and gather all the food and drinks out of the vending machines. I'm not super interested in that. This pizza parlor, by the time we get there, we already passed this. So this terrain has already been generated in the world, which means the items were already generated, which means all the pizzas that are there have been ticking down over the last couple of days. So they're probably either rotten or on their way to being rotten by the time we would get there. Like even if we went right now, most of them are probably old on their way to rotten. So I don't think that that's like a super priority. Where's the bathroom in here? Yeah, let's fill this bottle real quick. And do we want... Well, I mean, I guess we do want more wood. Let's gather some wood. Also could gather some extra miscellaneous material. Oh man, our stamina is just pathetic. Please wait until your stamina comes back. Okay. Smash the chairs. They're just so much easier to smash. The tables take multiple presses. Let's check these junk drawers. We probably should grab more knives because doesn't the knife spear require real knives now? Simple knife spear. Carving knife. Okay, so a knife, pole, cordage, and drilling. Okay, well yeah, to drill through the tang. Assuming you use a full tang knife, I guess, which would have holes in the tang already, which you would then need to drill the wood and just thread through there, and that would be how you connect it to the pole, I assume. Sturdy wooden pole, split, reinforced. Sharp blade has been bolted. Yeah, so you're bolting it, so you need to drill those holes in the wood. It's 4 bash, 17 pierce with a +1 to hit. It is a reach weapon. We might do this. And it can be repaired with either the repair kit or welder. We may do this, so we're going to use steak knives for this. 1 butcher knife, carving knife, or chef knife. So does the steak knife not count? Butcher knife. Where am I seeing a butcher knife? I don't see... Okay, butcher knife, carving knife, chef knife were the 3 that it referenced. So we'll grab those 3. Anything else in these miscellaneous cabinets that I maybe should have taken? No, not really. Okay. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We got a lot of stuff. Actually, smashing the cabinets was a mistake because we're not going to sort through just to grab the wood. We're not going to haul all that junk back to our base just because we want wood. And we're not going to spend time going through advanced inventory just to grab, you know, a handful of wood. Brainless, no, ignore the brainless. It's fine. Haul this back. I do think we'll pick up some scrap metal and rags from here as well. Zombie spotted. Probably going to end up getting into a fight with that zombie. Cannot haul in the empty wood window frame. Get rid of the window frame. Ignore. You were attacked. How do you go from spotted to attacked without ever prompting me? Stuff like that really irks me. Like, every time I want to do something, it says, hey, you see such and such is dangerously close. And it interrupts me constantly. And I'm like, it's not even close to me. But then I actually get one approaching me to attack me. Why are you not hauling? Ignore. Why does ignoring... I don't understand. Haul. Ignore. Okay. Ignoring was pulling me out of the hauling for some reason. Let's head back to base, please. See, now you want to give me all the prompts, but you let one walk up and punch me in the face and didn't say anything about it. Bobcat's a little concerning because it will wreck us because they're very fast and they can lunge at you and retreat. So we're going to go inside. Hopefully that does not care about us and it doesn't follow us in here. Let's real quick sort our stuff out. Okay. And we should really call the episode, honestly. So, yeah, sorry. I'm feeling off today. This is the third or fourth episode I've recorded, and I just feel like my commentary today has been really lacking, and like nobody cares about Human Centipede. You don't want to watch that terrible movie. And I shouldn't have wasted my time with it. And there are so many better movies to watch. But, yeah, I'll be back. We're still probably going to stay inside for a while until we get more hit points. But other than that, we're going to just work on getting our skills up. So for now, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.